Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So today, there's no download. We're just going to use the Whispers of Healing Oracle cards, and then we're going to use the Thoth Tarot. So just let me see if there's anything else coming through now. Nope. All right, let's shake it up. So I'm hearing two. Oh, there's the two. Okay, so the first one we have is breathe. And the second one we have is modify. So from the two, this one is all ocean, right? We got water, and then this one is air. And you know what? When I asked for two, I was like, is it masculine, feminine? Is it like, something of a polarity? But what I got was one was above and then one was deeper. I saw it as like higher self and shadow work. And so I find that interesting that like here we have like the ocean, right? When it comes to the ocean, like we haven't even explored the deepest depths of that. And so with that, we have breathe. And then here we have modify, which is like the highest of highs. So I find that really cool. I wish I said it before, because then it'd be even cooler. But next time. All right, so what do you want to share with this? So they're sharing how, okay, so this one was more of the shadow, right? This is the real depths in the inside. And so it's called breathe. So in order to like really go deep into the depths, that's where your breath has to do it. It's almost like I'm seeing like a hollow cord, like, right? I'm seeing like a circle and then you like cut it away, almost like a jawbreaker. You know, if you were to like take out a section of a jawbreaker and you see all those layers, and then at the center there's like one big one, right? Like a nucleus or something. And so that's what I see, like deep, except I see it more hollow. And so in the hollow, it's hard to like navigate anything that goes there. It's almost like, well, what I heard was lost cause or like Bermuda Triangle or something. It's like emotions and all these things go there and very rarely come back up to light. So in order to go through the real depths, right, here's the surface. We've got a ship right on the surface. And like here, there she is. Is that her arm there? Yeah. And there's like this arm reaching out. That's her arm there. And it's like trying to like pull something to its depths. This is interesting though, because when I look over here, it's like almost like rough, choppy waters. But when I look at her face, it's very peaceful. And it's like, is she helping or is she like trying to take it deeper? And they're telling me we'll have to use the Thoth Tarot cards to kind of go more in on that, because Thoth is like an ancient Egyptian god, and he's the one who thought himself into existence. And so that's what I see in this deep depth cave. It's someone like Thoth who's all about education and knowledge and magic and all that. It's like the wonderings of the universe. So in this place, it's almost like the whole universe inside you, but it's hard to access. So we need some knowledge or education about that. And then when we go to the highs, what do you want to share about that? Okay, so the first one that popped out, obviously the word modify, and then I heard goose, and I saw duck, duck, goose. I don't know what that's in reference to, but okay. So there's the what I just said, goose. And then there's all these other birds. And then when you look over here, there's like a group of cherubs, and they kind of look like birds. And then over here, it almost looks like mermaids. And that kind of looks like this image. So these two somehow are the same. And I'm just noticing that when you breathe, you need to breathe the air. So it's like pulling that or bringing that somehow into this. What else am I kind of picking up on this initial thing? Okay. How do I explain this? So here, this is like very 3D and this is very earth-based. And so when you breathe, right, there's all this air that we have here. But what they're kind of saying is that we can tap into this extra, right, modify even higher energy. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it, to be honest. It's like that higher consciousness, like when you do all the healing, where your higher self kind of is. It's this like really light, vast area. And so it's like holding that frequency, and then that's when they say that's when you use your breath, because you're tapped into higher consciousness planes, and then we're going to bring that and anchor that into the depth or the center. So let's pull more cards and see what else wants to come out with this. All right, so the first one to come out, and you know what? It's felt when I was shuffling, it was kind of like, oh, we don't need the rule book here. Throw that out. No, it felt really slinky. It felt really smooth. I don't know. It felt calm. It was like in the flow or something. So here we have Queen of Cups. And Queen of Cups is all about like water and emotions overflowing. Now, what's actually on this picture? There's always a little bit of symbolism. Okay. So, how it said you had to kind of raise your consciousness and then breathe that what I'm seeing here, like look at it. There's this conch right here. And then there's all these like swirling energy that goes back to the cup. And I see that as the higher consciousness breath. It's like taking that and bringing it back down. And so the conch always reminds me, because it's like a spiral, and then it kind of goes out and out and out. And then eventually, right, it could go out forever, but eventually it's going to go back in on itself, which is that depth, right? So it starts off kind of like in your heart and it spirals out, right? And it encompasses everything. And then we get to our higher self, we breathe that and pull it down. So for those who do Reiki, it kind of reminds me of the Choku-rei, right? How it's like that boop symbol. And so I see that it's almost like it swirls through every single one of your chakras until it gets to the heart. And so that's what I'm seeing here. We need to shift, pull that, and we're going to bring higher energies, and we're going to anchor it through us. We're going to swirl it through everything. But then once it kind of expands more, that's when it shifts and goes in on itself. Oh, I have one reading that I think I should, I just don't have time today. This is the reading before tomorrow's reading. And tomorrow's reading, I've been kind of sitting on for a couple of months. I had the insights from the last time I was like putting out videos every day. And I feel like now is the time to share it, but this is the precursor to it, right? Because in this hidden cavity, I don't know why I keep saying it, it's just a hollow pit or something. And that's where all the shadow, and there's a lot of stuff there, they say, that it's almost like things just go there to hide and never be found, because you have to experience everything else outside of yourself. And like even when you land in the center, that's your heart. But by shifting up that consciousness, it's a different layer. And so when it finally goes to the heart, it almost anchors in and then goes within. Does this make sense to you? Sometimes I feel like I just say stuff and then, I don't know, it'll make sense one time. So what do we got? We got 10 of Cups. Okay, so the message lately has been about November being a shift, right? What are we in right now? We're in Scorpio season. And Scorpios are all like the intense darkness, mystery. They're a water symbol, so that makes that sense. And so, I don't know about you, but I often find Scorpios the hardest to deal with just because they are such intense emotions. And, well, I'm Aquarius. So it's a little bit of opposite energy. But that's what I'm seeing here is now that we're in the Scorpio season, we're in that depth. We're in the, right, we just had Halloween is when the veil is like the thinnest. So it's almost like to get into that space, it's like you have to do a lot of soul work first to do it. But it seems like now that things are so thin and the veil is thin, and we're kind of coming out of Scorpio season and we're coming into Sagittarius season. Sagittarius season is like the one that Spirit keeps saying is like this big thing that's going to happen. That's when the shift happens. That's when we kind of move forward. And we kept talking about higher consciousness. And this higher consciousness isn't just individual, it's like on a society. We're going to move forward as a society and go to these places that we just haven't been. And there's hidden information in there, they say. There's hidden things, right? Things go there to hide. Sometimes I hear things go there to die, but it doesn't. It just stays stagnant or dormant under there. It's just lying under the surface and it's like ready to come up and out. I almost see like an alligator like looking on the surface. And you might not see it below, but it's still there. So that's what I see. And then with all this, once you kind of go into it, so that tomorrow's reading is almost like this breath thing, but it's almost like a portal and it's locked. And so tomorrow's reading is all about like, how can you get into that portal? So yeah, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of emotions that are going to come up. I would like to pull on that, right? So here we have Queen of Cups, and then we have the Ten of Cups. This is like emotional fulfillment coming. And I heard for some, it's like, you know how you just wake up and you're just overjoyed, right? You're just like, everything is amazing, everything's sparkly. It's like that inner child something type energy that's just like hiding there. And I'm hearing, okay, maybe if it is inner child kind of energy, I'm hearing it's like you played hide and seek a while ago and you just never went to look for them. And they're like, damn, I've been waiting a long time. I'm so glad you finally found me. Because what I get from this is like so much joy, so much happiness, so much something. It's nice. But now I'm a little bit confused because the next card to come out was, okay, she's a little naked, so we'll cover that up. But it was the Queen of Swords in reverse. And so a Queen of Swords in reverse is someone who's like kind of manipulative and mean and harsh with words. So I want to pull more on that because what the heck? That doesn't fit this loving, healing, nurturing. But you know what? She's kind of holding. This is the sword of truth that she's holding. And then over here, she's holding like a mask. It's like she's taken something off. So let's, oh no, how many is that? 3. We'll take it. And then I want to pull one of this, and then it will kind of go into that. It's that one. So we have transform energy. And I kind of feel like that's that within thing. And there's this dome, right? And that's, I swear, tomorrow's reading. It's all playing out. Ooh, and it's cool. But there is this time of transformation coming. And in order to transform, I almost see like this dome. Like these ones are all free. These ones are all out and about. These ones are trapped. And so I feel like by taking off that mask, it's almost like taking off that dome and freeing something. So the next ones to come out, we have the Princess of Swords. And there's Mercury right there. And Mercury, well, we're kind of in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde right now. It's gonna probably, I don't remember when it was supposed to start officially, but we're like in those like couple of weeks coming up to it. So for Mercury to kind of like pop up, I'm like, there's something to do with timing. And I think when Mercury goes into retrograde is about almost when we go to the Sagittarius kind of shift. Go out of Scorpio, which is all that emotions, and then we go into Sagittarius, which is like the fiery wanderlust energy, right? feel like Scorpio season's like containing, right? And then Sagittarius is they don't like being contained, and so that's when it's like freeing it. So the next one to come out, so we have Mercury, and that's all about communication, travel, technology. It's really quick movement. But the thing with Mercury retrograde is it's an illusion, right? Planets kind of go, and then all of a sudden it will appear that it just stops, and then it's like, nope, we're gonna go this way now. So a lot of that, right, retrograde, is time to do RE words. Release, right? I heard release the Kraken. Hey, the Kraken definitely would live at the bottom of this, something so deep and in the depths. And maybe that's like what you have. Maybe you have like this voice, this power that wants to come up and out. And that might be the Queen of Swords energy in reverse, like this Kraken fierce energy. But that's what I saw. I saw there's something being released, and it's going to be transformative. So we have Princess of Swords. We have completion. With the Four of Wands. Okay. So Four of Wands is all about stability. So from the depths and the emotions and something within, that's what I'm seeing. It's like all this turmoil in these ships, and it's like waves crashing, and it's almost like, I don't know, it's just almost being like, I'm seeing, what's that thing that like the undercurrent, being pulled in the undercurrent, and just kind of cycling and being trapped there. I hear that things go there, and that's how it goes to, I don't know why they keep saying the term, it goes to die, but it's really just, it goes to hide. But they say it feels like a death on the 3D because it's like something was taken away, right? If it is that inner child energy again, it's almost like that loss of innocence, like it was something stolen, or, you know, maybe you felt like it died at that moment because you don't feel it anymore. There's no more that connection. It feels like things were like butterflying, like flying around, and all of a sudden it was like contained. But energy is never created nor destroyed. So it doesn't go to die. It's just something you haven't seen around you in a really long time. It went to hide. And so it's coming back up. It's coming back up and out. And this time with this completion, right, whatever Mercury's going to do, it's like it's speeding things up, right? And it just seems like in Mercury retrograde, as I said, it was communication, technology, and travel. That those three things seem to be affected the most. It seems like they crumble down or they fall apart. It's not the best time to start new contracts. If you do have to sign a contract, it's like, don't over worry. Right? Don't be too superstitious. But what I see from this release, by finally using your breath and going into that cycle, that's where stability comes. Because the Four of Wands is about stable pillars of the foundation for your home, safety and survival. So then the next one to come out was the Eight of Discs, which is prudence, it says. So what about prudence? I see Virgo as the symbol standing out, which is what, September? Like August, September type energy. And they tend to be like the perfectionists. They tend to like take things so seriously and like need to be perfect. We'll just say perfectionist. What about that energy though? Pull one of these. Oh, I don't need to. The prudence is with this transform. It's like something trying to hold on and perfect it. It's like, I love these butterflies and I want them to last forever. So I'm going to trap them and I'm going to whatever. And that's what I see in this cave or hollow part. It's like it's a protective area. And all these things that you don't remember, you don't even know. It's almost like when you put socks in the wash. And all of a sudden, it's like, where do all the frickin' socks go? They just disappear. And that's almost what like this place is. It's like when you're just not ready for it anymore, it goes there. And so I see someone being like focusing on just a small portion of something and like missing everything else around. And so that's what that prudence is saying. It's like, don't try to contain or force something, because whatever this is in this area, it wants to come up and out. It wants to, there's a lot of freedom in these cards, right? Mercury is all about fast, and it's like, he's the one that flies. He's like communication from like earth to the gods. That's what he does. Traveling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Up here, we have the birds that fly, and this girl's flying. Everything's flying. Queen of Swords. She's sitting up on her throne in the air. And then over here, we've got all the butterflies. Over here at the wheel, it's kind of giving me sunshine vibes. There's something to do with just a need to break free and be free. Break free and be free. Break out and be free. Something like that. I want to go more in on this prudence though. Okay. There's connections. I just have to kind of put my thoughts into the words of it. Okay, so the first one, here we have like progress, and there's a fairy, and then when you look all into her wings, there's all these butterflies in the wings. It's very green, lots of nature. And then over here we have nurture, and she's resting, and her being on the earth with the water kind of stands out and goes with this one. And it's like prudence. What about prudence though? I'm seeing, okay, I see it now. When I look into the wings here, there's actually like a whole bunch of people as well. And these people are like doing things and working together. And then it went to this one, and she's sleeping all the time. She's not doing anything. She's letting things roll off her back and kind of go. But what I saw when it came to like prudence and perfectionism and those kind of things was, again, kind of trying to trap and contain those butterflies. And when I saw that, I saw these two kind of coming together. And this one working really hard, and then this one resting. And then it brought it back to the wings, and there was like the people working with people. So the prudence I see is, it had to do with relationships and having fun. Going out and having more fun with your friends. I see that someone just doesn't make time for it, because there's always something else you have to do, right? And so like as I saw this ship, it's like, no, I need to focus on this. But you know what? This ship is doing just fine. It is. It is going on to tougher waters. And it is, oh, hey, look, even in her ear, there's a shell. And so rather than focusing on, okay, I see a need more, like the prudence is almost like a need to go out and have fun with people rather than I only go out to help people, right? It's almost like, oh, hey, do you want to go to the movies with us this weekend? Oh, no, sorry, I can't. I'm so busy. But then someone being like, oh, you know, and then the next person comes and is like, hey, I'm moving this weekend and I don't have anyone who help me. Will you move all my stuff for me? And they're like, well, I'll feel this person needs me more than the person who just wanted to hang out and watch movies. And so like I almost see it like always being busy, and it's like I need to help or save people or something like that is the energy. And the prudence is like not having fun. So it's almost like that little bit of energy or tension that you kind of have. That's why I see that dome kind of coming on it and like trapping it. It's like, this is the little bit of like joy and fun that I have. So like, I'm gonna trap it so that I can admire it. But I don't, it's almost like collector's item. You don't get to play, you don't get to open the box, you don't get to nothing. And so that's when I see, if you don't use it, you lose it. And it's like, where is it going? Well, it's going to this place within for safekeeping, for later. When you're ready to wake up and do the healing process with this breath. All right. Is there anything else, Spirit, that I'm kind of missing out on? Yeah, there's so many cups on here. There's so much joy. There's so much like overabundance that it's like so saturated. It's like you can't even take any more joy and abundance. And they're even saying like in that moment, I see the overflow almost going to that hollow place too. It's almost like a store for later. And so what am I seeing? I'm seeing someone be like, you're lucky all the time. And it's like, you must have horseshoes up your butt or something like that. And it's like, no, I've just like accumulated good karma or good actions, good things. And it's my time in life now, for the person that I'm kind of picking up in this reading, my time to enjoy and thrive. So I want to pull one last card. We'll wrap it up. But I want to know about this Mercury. What is Mercury wanting to kind of assist with this retrograde to help? Well, it's gonna help. But okay, I almost see it like, oh, hey, look, here's a planet, and it's like going all around, and everything's just kind of like absorbing into it. And so when he comes with that really fast motion, it's almost like gonna shake everything up. Like that's what's not meant to be there is going to be like released. And so RE, retrograde, release. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, oh yeah, I kept saying about Scorpio season. It's all about letting go and surrendering. And then Sagittarius is like when the fire comes back. Because I feel a little bit, okay, these emotions and these cups are like happy and like excited. But I feel like before you get to that, there's some hard lessons, right? There's all these choppy waters and it's like, this person needs to focus on themselves and do that, like, right, there's the conch or the shell, and here, communication is Mercury. And like, I don't know, there's something that you're going to be guided. You're going to feel your intuition kind of spark. But I'm also hearing, okay, so she needs to focus on whatever it is she needs to, right? That healing and going within. To her, I almost see her like looking over and be like, I need to protect this. But there's a pot of dolphins there. There's almost like spirit and everything else to help. I feel like somebody is like a rescuer and then they give and give and give themselves. But there's a need to like nurture just in this time, right? We're in this watery emotional time. It's like letting go of all the thoughts and things that you don't need anymore. And then over here, there's some lotuses. So lotuses grow through the darkest depths, right? The seed is buried at the bottom of mud. And in that muddy, dirty situation, all of a sudden, it just like the spark lights up. So that's that place that we keep talking about. It's like that being buried in the dark and something's going to come to light. And so just let go of the thoughts, right? Mercury's going to shake it up, shake it out of you. It's for you to go within. Oh yeah. And so before, maybe it was like sad emotions that you really kind of dealt with. So in tarot, there's two stories. There's the Fool's Journey, which is all the major arcana. And then there's the Tree of Life, which is all the minor arcana, right? Cups, swords, rods, pentacles, those ones. And so for the first five, it's usually more on like a 3D kind of, right? Five is all about like emotional, well, it depends on what suit and whatever. But usually up in the first ones, it's all about you learning how to navigate the 3D and going through trials and like healing from it. And then once you learn those lessons and you incorporate them into you, you build your backbone, you get stronger and brighter, stronger, more confident every day. That's when we kind of go into the more stable of the numbers, right? Depending on the suit, right? 10 of Swords is like an ending. But here we have 10 of Cups. And I feel, and the Queen of Cups. We have 10 of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. We have this watery ocean scene. We have this nurturing watering scene with the Lotus. There's so much to do with like releasing of emotions. And it doesn't even look like there's much sad emotions to be released. It's almost like I feel someone's just taken too much energy. And it's, you know when like your phone's charged and it's at 100%, it doesn't make sense to keep it plugged in even more. It's not going to be 200% charged. And so that's what I see. I see someone having 200% charged with them and just needing to let that kind of go. I don't see it as the hard, I feel like the sad parts and everything you've worked through. So now it's the process of surrendering, releasing, transforming, which is effortless. It's simple because all you have to do is just be open and let go. And when you do that, that's when you can do this breath and we'll kind of work into it. And it's going to go to this place, find all these things, bring them back to you and be like, man, I forgot all about that. That's such a dream I forgot about or something, you know? And I forgot I used to think that way. I forgot I loved that, you know? It's just like something nostalgic. And I don't know, I kind of get inner child vibes, but not for everyone's story. But there's something within everyone that wants to come to light this Mercury retrograde / Sagittarius season. So I think that's it. I think tomorrow we'll talk about the portal and the lock without a key. And until then, I hope you have a wicked awesome day and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.